In this topic, you will learn how to create a customer return following a customer delivery. A customer return can be made following a customer delivery or a supplier return in the case of intersite or intercompany transfers. A customer return can be created manually by direct entry or by an import process. The customer return function is used to record a customer return following a customer delivery or a supplier return in the case of intersite or intercompany transfers. If required, a customer return transaction can reactivate the order line by decreasing the delivered quantity with the returned quantity in order to proceed with a new delivery. A customer return transaction can also update the stock quantity with the returned quantity if the product can be resold. If the sales invoice was already issued, the customer return record can be used to create a credit memo. The most common scenario of this is the following. You have delivered products to your customer. Unfortunately, a few of them are not conformed, and the customer wants to return them. Your customer contacts you to obtain a return merchandise authorization number. You create a customer return record by selecting the delivery line, enter the expected quantity to receive with the return reason, and finally set the returned quantity to 0. You give your customer their return merchandise authorization number. You receive the returned products from your customer, enter the returned quantity, and update the customer return record. We will now go into Sage X3 for a short demo. On May 15th, the Funtime store placed an order for sprockets and bicycle pumps. Let's go check out their order by selecting the Orders function under the Sales menu. Here is our order, and on our Lines tab we can see they ordered. If I click on the Journal Traceability in the right-hand panel, I can see all the transactions that have taken place. We can see that we did ship the items, and we also invoiced the items for this customer. But when the customer got the order, they realized they ordered too many bicycle pumps, so they would like to do a customer return. To enter in a customer return, we select the Customer Returns function under the Sales menu. We'll select the All Full Entry Transaction Entry screen. We'll create a new customer return. Enter in the receiving site, which is NA012. And then enter the date we expect the return. I'll put in 6/15. And who we're expecting a return from. Our customer NA003. We'll come down to the Delivery section in the left-hand panel and we'll find the original delivery. And they're going to return the one set of bicycle pumps. We'll select it in our left list and notice it fills in the grid for our customer return. From here, we'll click on the action card and go into the pop-up view to enter in the rest of our information. We can enter in the reason code for why they're going to do the return, incorrect quantity. We can enter in the expected return date. Do we want to update the original order, and do we want to update stock? Do we want to generate a credit memo for this return? I'm going to click yes. Once I have all of my information entered in, I'm going to go ahead and close out of my grid and click Create to create my customer return. If I wanted to print out a customer label, I could go ahead and print it out here, but I'll just go ahead and close the page. Now my customer return has been created. In this topic, you have learned the process to create a customer return following a customer delivery.